What the hell did I just watch? Ooh, that was. I'm not gonna be mean about this. I'm not, because I'm genuinely a nice guy. I'm gonna say this was a very interesting pay per view, to say the least. And I'm gonna be nice enough to review this pay per view because, quite frankly, I reviewed suckier pay per views in my lifetime. But this was, wow, bound for glory. TNA's WrestleMania. This is the best they offered. Anyway, so first match we had the Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me for the TNA Tag Titles. Excuse me. This was a pretty good match, as you could expect. Kind of reminded me a lot of the No Surrender match. Of course, now this time Generation Me fully heals, obviously, but Machine Guns did pick up the victory, and they're still your TNA Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to them. Next, you had your TNA Knockouts Fatal it's four-way dance, whatever they want to call it, title match, including the current champion Angelina Love versus Velvet Sky versus Madison Rayne versus Tara, and the special guest referee Mickie James. First of all, Mickie looks freaking hot as hell. I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, in all fairness, all the knockouts looked good in this match. Um, this the beginning, I'm just gonna say the beginning was all right. The ending was total crap in my opinion. It wasn't that good. You know, Madison Rayne's at the apron. Velvet Sky knocks her off, and then Tara goes up for the roll up, grabs the tight pants, whatever you want to call it, on Velvet Sky. 1, 2, 3, your winner and new TNA Knockout Champion Tara. After the match was over, Madison Rayne got pissed at Tara. Then Madison Rayne, I believe, slapped. She either slapped or pushed Mickie James. Mickie James got pissed, freaking punched the shit out of freaking Madison Rayne. And then Tara's out there in shock. She didn't even do anything. And then Mickie James leaves the ring. Tara tries to comfort Madison Rayne, and yeah, that was it. Then came the most bogus match I've seen in so freaking long. Inc. versus Orlando Jordan and Eric Young. Eric Young tries to pull this whole I'm hanging out with Orlando Jordan, but I'm a nice guy type of deal. I want to go by the rules. I have the rule book with me. I want to go with the rules. And it was basically for the most part of the match. It wasn't even 2-on-2. It was like the handicap. It was freaking 3-on-1. Get to that. That wasn't the only time we'll see a 3-on-1 later in the night. But it wasn't that great of a match. To be honest, it was a bad match. It wasn't even fun. I was bored to death in this match. I thank God that this match actually ended. Inc hits their finishing move, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. 1, 2, 3, your winner, Inc. And Eric Young put their hand raised, whatever. And Eric Young hugged Orlando Jordan. Orlando Jordan looked kind of confused, and I think Orlando Jordan grabbed freaking Eric Young's butt or something at the end. It was just, oh god, this is why this was a joke match. Just. Then we had your X Division Championship match. That's right, the X Division Championship match, which X Division even exists anymore. You had Jay Lethal, current champion, versus Doug Williams, who has new tights now. Apparently, his designs were supposed to be his emblem of his family or something. But anyway, it was an alright match. It was okay. I think Jay Lethal, did an alright job along with Doug Williams. You know, Doug Williams, he basically tried everything in the match to win, but Jay Lethal did pick up the victory and is still your TNA X Division champion. Then you had your Monsters Ball match between Rob Van Dam and Abyss. There was a lot of good spots in this match. One in particular that RVD went through a barbed wire table, and he was like stuck there for like the longest time. The referees had to get him out. Then Abyss, did his thing, and then next thing Abyss again tried to use Janice, failed again. Then RVD later hits the 5-star frog splash, becomes your new, he wins the match. So yeah, RVD beats Abyss, gets his revenge. Next, you had your handicap match. That's right, your 3-on-2 handicap match. So remember, guys, supposedly the sources, Kevin Nash's contract expires this week or something, or it was just expired, and The last time we'll see him on TV, supposedly TNA, is this Thursday on Impact because supposedly he's retiring. He's done. I'll get to that in a sec. Uh, so yeah, that happens. The match it was an alright match. It was a typical kind of 3-on-2 handicap match till the middle of nowhere. Samoa Joe needs help. Jeff Jarrett just walks out literally, which signals Jeff Jarrett's heel turn. Joe stands there like, what the hell? And then, I think Mike Tenay said it the best. He led him to the wolves, and then they start beating it up on Joe. Then they finally, Sting hits the. I think Sting hit the Stinger. I forget what's the finishing move he hit. And then 1, 2, 3, your winners: Sting, Kevin Nash, and the Pope. And it was kind of funny too because when the match is over, Kevin Nash, you could tell by the look on his face, he looked kind of like shocked. I think in the deep down, he knew, okay, this was like my last match type of deal. So yeah, and then Team 3D comes out and says, "Oh yeah, well we're gonna retire. We're hanging up the boots, but if that's gonna happen if we don't beat, uh, Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles. We're challenging you two young guys. Come on, one last match. Blah blah blah." So later down the road, we're gonna see Team 3D versus Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles, which expects the Machine Guns to win, and bye-bye Team 3D. Sorry, stuck in the throat. Next, you had your Lethal Lockdown match between EV2 versus Fortune. This match was not as great as I thought it'd be. It was an alright match. It was okay. Nothing huge, nothing special. I mean, it wasn't really much of a wrestling match. It was more of a brawl. You had, they did have Fortune had the man advantage. At one point, AJ Styles came in there know, and then finally the cage roof came in once everybody else was in. At one point, it looked like Kaz was gonna throw Stevie Richards off the freaking cage, and then freaking Brian Kendrick. Where the hell did he come from? He's on top of the cage, like he's invisible, literally. Then he comes out of nowhere and starts beating up on Kaz. Then Dreamer hits the, Dreamer driver on the steel chair and AJ. I think it was AJ. I could be wrong. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, your winner. EV2 picks up the victory. Supposedly Matt Morgan got hurt in this match. All these guys were battered, bruised, and bloodied and stuff. And it was just, TNA's of, oh, look how hardcore it can be. Just, yeah. Then finally we had your main event. You had the TNA World Title between Kurt Angle, Mr. Anderson, and Jeff Hardy. Now, everyone and their mothers I've seen so far in the YouTube wrestling community has bitched about this, and I'll give them credit. They have every right to bitch about this, because I bitched about it too, and I'm going to. So, yeah, the match happens. For the most part, it was a pretty good match. It was a good match. Probably one of the best matches of the night. It was a good match. I'm not going to say it was the greatest match. It was a good match. But at the end, I mean, everything's hunky-dory. So, of course, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff come out. Hulk Hogan comes out on his crutches. And we're all thinking, oh, Hulk Hogan, he just came off his surgery, blah, blah. And then, they start, Hogan's on the left, Bischoff's on the right, Jeff Hardy's in the middle. Bischoff gives a freaking crutch Hogan gives the crutch to freaking Jeff Hardy to try to hit Eric Bischoff with it. But then they have big smiles around their face. Everyone's thinking, what the hell? And then he starts beating up on freaking Mr. Anderson. And then he hits the twist of fate. And then 1, 2, 3, your winner and new TNA World Champion, Jeff Hardy. And Dixie Carter sitting in the crowd like, what the hell? Jeff Hardy has turned heel. Jeff Hardy has done the impossible. Turned heel. I honestly thought I'd never see Jeff Hardy heel. I just hope it's not going to be like a Goldberg situation, which, good as a heel, good as a face, horrible as a heel. And then after the match, here comes Jeff Jarrett with the big hug and everything, and here comes Abyss, and then guess what? We find out who they are. They is Hulk Hogan. They is Eric Bischoff. They is, a bit, of course, this. And then the crowd was throwing, trash. It was like WCW all over again. I thought I was watching WCW. I seriously did. Then RVD came out and said, oh, Jeff, what the heck you doing? Jeff backs him in the head, and yeah. But seriously, this is the best. This was an alright pay per view. But when it comes to supposedly your best pay per view of the year, and this is supposed to be countering WWE's WrestleMania, supposed to be like, oh yeah, this is our WrestleMania. This is Bound for Glory, brother. This was WCW. This was not freaking Bound for Glory. What the hell? And I was defending. I know I'm sounding like Bobby. I was defending TNA the last several weeks. I was telling them, hey guys, you're doing a better job than WWE because WWE has fucked it up big time. Excuse my language. Big time lately. With their cheesy ass promos, the young guys are being buried. It's the same crap over and over again. And then TNA brings up something that I could have saw 20 years ago. This is the best TNA has to offer. That's all I'm saying. This is the best you can offer. I know you're a low budget company, but oh, I better shut up now because all these fanboys are gonna be attacking me any second now. TNA fanboys. Raider. But yeah. So that's my TNA Bound for Glory 2010 pay-per-view review. Oh, I spent 3 freaking minutes and 32 seconds doing this.